Hello, Diamond in the Rough. This is gonna be a very long video, and I will be pulling my all thoughts together. So you need to be very patient for this video. If you are in hurry, you can definitely pass on this video and watch something else. But if I stay here, if you're staying here, I'm gonna start with a story. The story is of my one of the job which I did, which is a startup, and I was first employee over there. I was working over there. We had a really good time in that company, and soon we wanted to expand. I was the only one employee in that company. I wanted to expand, so we added employed another employee, which I was not happy because I was taking very little salary. Although I deserved more over there, but I was taking very little salary. And even though I got experience, I didn't had any promotion or something. Although we did a lot of good work over there. So I was not really happy, but the goal was to have a more employee and have more done work done or something like this. But when this employee joins, he was terrible. He was not really good, performing well. He was just giving. He was a good bootlicker, that I would say. Uh, yeah, this was working. This thing was bugged me a little bit, but I carried on. I thought like, okay, anyway, we will grow in future. We'll have money and things will get sorted. But a quite time happened, and I could see the company was not going in the right direction. The mindset of the CEO, I didn't like it. He was not giving me raise. He added another person, and that person was also terrible, not being helpful at all. And the leadership was so bad that whatever we decided for the company, he was pivoting to other direction because he was not able to make money for this direction, and he wanted to go toward direction where market is going. He wants to change the product a little bit. But I joined on the certain, like, I joined this company because of X something. Now he wanted to become Y. So it was like conflict in the kind of work we were doing. And I didn't also, while working for 2 years, I observed that this leadership is not gonna take any of us forward. Like, the captain is not ready. He's not gonna sail that far. What I was thinking, and I eventually left that job. So this there were multiple reasons, and I didn't like a lot of thing the way he was thinking or doing or something like this. Right? I just like lost the hope little bit. Why I'm telling you story is this: the first time I was not the dominant person in the room. I had this kind of submissive role to it because I was not the owner of the company. I was the subordinate to that guy. And I was on, you can say I was on the submissive side of that relationship where things were told to me and I will execute those things. And he was the leader, the CEO of that company, and we were the subordinates, right? So this is the first time I could relate with women when we talk about polygamous or monogamy, right? So this was a situation of like anything I could pull out from my natural experience. This was a situation of polygamous where you could think me like as a wife or something like this, right? These are terms which I'm objectifying because it help us to understand this key concept which I'm telling. I have totally no intention of objectifying anything, but just because it helps to understand things, that's why I'm objectifying it. So you can see, you can think like I was the wife, and then there another employee was another wife. You can think like this. I could have got along, even though I was on the less salary. I was willing to work for this company if the mindset was right, which is why I initially joined it. So polygamy only works when the leader is right, is going in the right direction. You're doing everything. Even though I got less, but I still was okay with it. I didn't immediately left. So a lot of time, people think about polygamous relationship. It can actually work if the leadership is right and there's no conflict. In this case, it wasn't right, and I have to leave that place. I have to leave that environment. So that gives me one of the feeling why monogamy and polygamy should work. And also, one more example I see over there is that when you are a young person or something living outside, either getting a own place is very hard, and in a good locality or something like this, so you have to take this shared villa or bhks or apartment. We have to share the place with somebody, right? Your kitchen will be shared, a hall will be shared, you might have a personal room, something like this. So I've seen people prefer to share a good living condition or something than have a private solely, but will have it will have their own problem, something like this, right? So same way, like a girl will like to share a good comfortable guy with all resources, something, than somebody who is giving you monogamy but all the things are not there. There will be types, but I've seen most of the time people prefer sharing with good resources than like this thing. So these are my life experiences. Like there are certain more which but I'm not discussing over there. But these are one of them which I noticed and I could understand how polygamous thing work. And so you see from this example, right? How like it will be seen. So same I think of why should it be a monogamous or a polygamous something. If polygamy will happen, what the dynamic will be. So this will be something like if the leadership is not right, if they don't trust you, like if you're going the direction, people will split and you will never have it. But if things are right, you are resourceful, you are going in the right direction, everything is growing, I think there will be no problem with polygamy. One of the societal norm which tends to go wrong, like all the people thinks like what our parents have. Our parents had really good monogamous relationship, and I totally support uh, monogamy has given us a lot of good things, and all the things which you have built see around it, so it is based on monogamy. Because in old age, like throughout the history, like 40% of people were not able to reproduce, basically male of them. And what happened is monogamy. Think about a situation in a tribe or something. If only the alpha guy or something is only getting reproductive rights or something like this, then the guy who are not getting the action will never participate in the group work or community something. They will always revolting and will not making helping the food or going things or something like this. They will always have trouble. Just to have everybody have motivation, like the smart guys, alpha guys, they said, hey, let's not be little selfish. We want our community to grow something. Give them each man some motivation to work for the tribe, have a wife, have a family, and contribute to society. So monogamy, this is called forced monogamy, right? Monogamy started this way. We force everyone, hey, you guys don't be greedy, don't have multiple wives, have one or two, whatever one or two you can have. Let other men also have something so that they can become the part. So this monogamy, even though women didn't like that, they women always wanted the top guy. Like they were ready to share it, but somehow with religion, with societal norms, and we forced monogamy some way, and we force everything, like we brainwashed like female's mind or something. Hey, don't always aim for the top guy, you don't need sharing, you can have your own man or something, even though he's not the best, but still that is the best for you. So we brainwashed with a lot of mythologies and something like this, and it is a good thing. This is a good manipulation, I will say. Because of that, every man became a contributing guy in the society, in the tribe or whatever, and we grew such a good society. We have trains, we have planes, we have rocket, we have internet, everything. That is basically outcome of a monogamy. And back then it was hard to the guy who were not getting the action. They will have riots, they make terrorism group or something like this. No, you like whatever, they will do something bad. That thing to contain them, to seduce them. We didn't have the police force what we have today or something like this. We didn't have other things to sedate them. But because of rise of internet and everything, now we have autonomy. We have this thing like a lot of okay. Now, if we are back to polygamous society, then those men who are not participating, at least they will not create problem for other people, because we can sedate them with internet, porn, video games, AR, VR. We'll put them in groups of fighting people. They are fighting for some agenda, left, right, center, whatever. Somebody is putting in global warming shit, like whatever. So now there are so many ways to sedate these young men who are not getting any action. Right? So now it is actually right base to again come back to polygamy. Although I don't want it. The best is like everybody have some and have some action, have their own family. That way we grew little really, really good, right? And because of that only the affairs and everything happened, because women's innate like the what do you say, women, whatever the affair and leakage you see in this kind of system is that you see affairs everything. Women always wanted a top guy. Whatever she is, she will not take care of whatever. If she's a 5, 4, 3, 7, 8, whatever, she always wants the 10. Same way with the men was that, hey, he is getting 10, still he wants some 7 or 11 or 10, 9, whatever. This is the biology. We suppressed it because we wanted to grow better. Same way, I'm always craving for sugar or something, but I suppress it because it is better for my health, right? We crave for a lot of things which is biological tell. We always want to eat, but we suppress it for our own good health or something like this, right? That is a society. But now think like we have a magic pill where you can eat it and you will not get fat or something like that. Then you would you like to suppress it? No. So we have reached to a point where suppression is not required. There are so many ways to sedate these young men, and polygamy is quite doable right now. Then I see another way of thinking, like should man be polygamous or monogamous or something like this? Is it was would it as societal values as monogamy has given a lot of things. Still, I think should we do it or not? So one another perspective I had is is that we in the past in our parents' age we had this social what do you say contract social contract by two young people who have never experienced sex or anything. Both of them virgin will come together, have a marriage or something like this. They will have kids or something for the life. They will be together for each other, right? No other experience, sexual experience, something like this. But because as I told you, societal is changed, internet, bumble, dating, whatever, there are so many things has changed. Now women breaks the contract. Most of the time it is women. Because it's of supply now. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not blaming anyone for this thing. So now women breaks the contract. The contract is like being virgin or something. So they try something, didn't work out for him. Now they are marrying to somebody else. What I suggest guys to like they broke the contract, right? Where guys is holding and now he thinks like, hey, the girl I'm dating, she's not virgin. Should I marry or not? They always this bad gut feeling about it. I totally understand why this will happen. So what I was saying is that I just lost the train of the thought, what I was saying. Let me recollect. So girls broke this contract and now boys doesn't know what to do. This change up situation, what to do. And if the question is that should why men even first think of polygamy? First of all, I always recommend do the hard thing. Like in your life, if you have multiple option, choose the option which is the hardest, right? Think for stars, then you may fall upon the moon. There is a saying for it, right? As a man, you should always try. And being polygamous is hard. You can only be polygamous, although you biologically want it, but only way can possible when you have a lot of resources, society, you have a good goal which you are following, and you have things in abundance, then you can probably do that or require a lot more people. I feel like I also see like women as employees. Like the more employees, the better employees you have in your team, your goal, your business is going to move forward, something like this, right? So this is the thought, right? You should always think of the harder thing. So same way with polygamy, you should always train for, work for, earn for, thinking about you're gonna have so many people in your life in the future, and you train. And once you achieve that, once you start getting attention or something like, then you can decide if you really want to be polygamous or monogamous, right? Because as we say, once you start, like once you have so much money, like I've seen poor people when they earn money, they start eating so much, they don't have a control, they overeat or something like this, right? But at some point, if something it is an abundance, you have to restrict it, right? If I have money to buy a lot of sweets, it doesn't mean I'm gonna eat sweet. I have to restrict myself how much I'm gonna allow myself. Because if you too indulge in this kind of thing, getting so many women or something, you probably go away from a goal, and that will not right for you. So once you reach that level, then you have to decide if you want to be monogamous or polygamous, something like this. And then you have to restrict yourself. Maybe you are okay with having one person in only, right? That is up to you. But As a guy who's growing, who doesn't know anything about the life or something, like you should always strive for becoming that. And then once you achieve it, then you decide you have to note it. So it should be always clear to you. One of the and also there is a question that should you accept a girl who is not virgin or something, like, because you know you're again thinking from the old parents time, thinking hey, two virgin people makes and make babies or something like this, whatever. And now you're getting, your gut is getting hurt thinking about that. How do you accept? So I would say, when you make something one, right, when you totally narrow down your options to something one, like this is my favorite person, this is my favorite girl, this is my dream job or something like this, you are putting so much pressure to the thing, to the opposite partner or to the job or something. Now your expectations are so much high on that thing. When you only narrow down your options to one person or something like this, or one thing or two, job something, if you lose that, your world will break. Like whatever, you don't force yourself. You should always have something higher, aim something higher, bigger purpose, something in your life. You get something second level or something. Let's say my goal is to go Antarctica, and I am getting a bus to go from my place to Delhi or something, and then again another bus to here to Ladakh or something like this. If I get Ladakh one, that will be better option for me because I'm going in that same direction. If I'm going Delhi one, either of them, one is better, one is bad. If I lose both of them, that's fine. That was not actually going into my original destination, Antarctica, Arctic, which I want to go. It is somewhat going into direction. Even if I lose it, I don't care. If I get it, that's all fine. Even so, it, when you have some bigger purpose or bigger numbers to chase after, even the slight things, one or two things, you don't put pressure on it. It's okay if you get it. So, same way when you have this thinking, hey, you wanted more people in your life. So whenever the first person you go doesn't has lot of burden of performance, doesn't have a lot of pressure to do deliver something. And the person who is like only solely one job, one wife, or something, there's so much pressure on the other person to perform. One of the same pressure is they expecting to be virgin or something. In this society, what I feel, it will be, there will be separate video made on this topic, but I will tell you, it is okay to accept any woman with whatever past to have or something, if they are performing your duties, or if they are loving you by the action, not by saying, by the action, if everything is doing. And also, one of the reason, and there is also, I will not decline the fact that a woman with lot of past or something like this, they have hard time bonding with the new person. That is 100% objective truth. But if you can find it, but your judgment should not be like this. Judgment should, you can give it to some other person chance and let him do it. But once you have this thought like you're gonna have multiple one, then it's okay, that's fine. Previously it was quality over quality, now it's quantity, because woman has broken the contract, right? So somewhere this contract has to be balanced. Previously the contract was, I'll be virgin, the girl will be virgin, boy will be virgin, he will be earning money, that guy girl will be holding on the household or something like this. Now the contract is broken, the women are not virgin anymore. You are not also like the old man you are taking, they are also contributing to the family. You are not only guy who's earning something like this. Now it's kind of mixed kind of thing. So in that situation, how one contract is broken, how we can balance that? So we can only balance while having multiple people, right? So okay, you are the girl, you have broken the contract. From my side, I will be breaking the contract. I will not be monogamous. I can have multiple people. And most of the time, even I am saying only 0.1 or 1% of people will able to do it in this world, because such a hard task. It's such a resourceful thing. Like 1%, maybe 5% at max will able to achieve that. But you always should be strive for hard things. Like whenever you're going for a job or something, or in a class achievement or something, you will always high whatever you get, you settle with. But never think of that. You should always work hard in that direction. Then you can only get. If you think about monogamy, you will get a friendship or maybe a girlfriend. Right? If you think of five, then you might get one. Right? Then you're able to handle it. So this way. So they broke the contract, then you balance it by this way. And then if they are okay, right? If they do it, you don't care. Okay, this is not working any fine. I will have multiple options. I don't know how well I have explained this terminologies to you, but this is my thinking for now, right now. And I think I have delivered 90% what I have thought. Maybe 10% of thing I missed what I actually wanted to say on this topic. So two answer I gave you, should be polygamous or not polygamous. We should definitely be polygamous. Think of even polygamous. Once you achieve it, then you might have your choices what you want to do. But always think for higher. Second, we should accept. Do we should accept women with past or something? Yes. The condition is if they are performing all the duties right or something. I could definitely make a longer video on that. Do give me a comment on that. Then I will make a video on that. But yeah, you can accept it if they do all the things right. And also the balance is like, okay, that's fine, you can come. There'll be other women, there will be other employees, like, right, you have a business, you have a goal or mission to your life, and they could be helping hand to your mission or something like this. And the one last thing you have to think it, like when something is getting in number, then you have to need to control, right? Today, a lot of people ask me for parties or something. I have to say no to a lot of them because there are mission to my life, there are goal to my life. I will say no to it. My mother offered me so much food right these days, but I pick and choose. No, no, I don't want. I have to calorie count. I have to do a lot of things. So I say no to it. Same way, when you have this excess of something, right? Most of them you will not reach it, but if you reach it, then you decide you really want to be polygamous or not. So I answered these two questions in this video. I hope you understand that. Give me thumbs up, like, or comment something if you feel if you have misunderstood something. These are complex topic. It required lot of brainstorming, lot of rigorous viewing. I have made similar videos like this in my playlist or in the older videos of this channel. You can probably find that. Do let me know if you have any comments or option. See you in the next one.